ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। Balaji, you can start.
अस्तु महोदय। ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानं विज्ञानसहितं यज्ञात्वा मोक्ष्यसे शुभात् राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्यक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम् अश्रद्धाना पुरुषाः धर्मस्यास्य परन्तप अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्युसंसारवर्त्मनि मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थाः ममात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायु सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धनञ्जय उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मयाध्यक्षेण प्रकृतिः सूयते सचराचरम् हेतुनाने न कौन्तेय जगद्विपरिवर्तते अवजानन्ति मां मूढाः मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावमजानन्तः मम भूतमहेश्वरम् मोघाशामोघकर्माणः मोघज्ञानाविचेतसः राक्षसीमासुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रिताः महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिमाश्रिताः भजन्त्य अनन्यमनसः ज्ञात्वा भूतादिमव्ययम् सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढव्रताः नमस्यन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो मामुपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वदाहम् अहम् औषधम् मन्त्रोऽहम् अहमेवाज्यम् अहम् अग्निरहं दुहुतम् पिताहमस्य जगतां माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोङ्कारः ऋक्साम यजुरेव च गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवास शरणं सुरत सुहृत प्रभवः प्रलय स्थानं निधानं बीजमव्ययम् तपाम्यहमहं वर्षं निगृह्णाम्युत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च सदसश्चाहमर्जुन त्रैविद्या मां सोमपापूतपापाः यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ते ते पुण्यमासाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अश्नन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान् ते तं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालम् क्षीणे पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयी धर्ममनुप्रपन्नाः गतागतं कामकामा लभन्ते अनन्याः चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् येऽप्यन्यदेवता भक्ताः यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्त्य विधिपूर्वकम् अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानां भोक्ता च प्रभुरेव च न तु मामभिजानन्ति तत्त्वेनातश्च वन्ति ते यान्ति देवव्रता देवान् पितॄन्यान्ति पितृव्रताः भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्याः यान्ति मध्याजिनोऽपि माम् पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्त्युपहृतम् अश्नामि प्रयतात्मनः यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुध्व मदर्पणम् शुभाशुभफलैरेवं मोक्षसे कर्मबन्धनैः सन्न्यासयोगयुक्तात्मा विमुक्तो मामुपैष्यसि समोऽहं सर्वभूतेषु न मे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रियः ये भजन्ति तु मां भक्त्या मयि ते तेषु चाप्यहम् अपि चेत्सु दुराचारः भजत् अपि चेत्सु दुराचारः भजते माम् अनन्यभाक् साधुरेव समन्तव्यः सम्यक् व्यवसितो हि सः क्षिप्रं भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वच्छान्तिं निगच्छति कौन्तेय प्रतिजानीहि न मे भक्त प्रणश्यति मां हि पार्थव्यपाश्रित्य येऽपि स्युपापयोनयः स्त्रियो वैश्यास्तथा शूद्रास्तेऽपि यान्ति परां गतिम् किं पुनर्ब्राह्मणाः पुण्या भक्ता राजर्षयस्तथा नित्यमसुखं लोकम् इमं प्राप्य भजस्व माम् मन्मना भव मद्भक्ताः मद्याजी मां नमस्कुरु मामे वैश्यसि युक्तैवम् आत्मानं मत्परायणः। ओम तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुन संवादे राजविद्या राजगुह्य योगो नाम नवमोऽध्यायः। अथ दशमोऽध्यायः। श्री परमात्मने नमः। श्री भगवानुवाच भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया। श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। धन्यवाद।
Brahmara, can you roll it back to shloka number 3, 6,
Yeah,
16, like that?
1 second.
Balaji, you chanted very nicely, but you have a tendency to put a dirgha where it is not and remove the dirgha where it is. You just be aware of that. You will do mighty well.
Okay, Nanaji, I will keep in mind.
Yeah. Number 3, Brahmara.
Number 3, you said. Okay.
Balaji, this third sloka, can you chant again? Hello?
I think you're muted, maybe Bella, unmuted.
Yeah. Sorry, I was muted.
Yeah.
Ashraddhana purusha. Ashraddhana purusha.
Hari Om.
Dharmas.
What it reads is Ashraddha dhanaha purusha. Ashraddha dhanaha.
Okay. Ashraddhanaha. Ashraddhanaha purusha. Dharmasya parantapa.
Okay, that's enough. Now you can go to, I think 6. Yeah. Can you chant 6?
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायु सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Okay, good. 16.
अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वदाहम् अहम् औषधम् मंत्रोऽहम् अहमेवाजम् अहम् अग्निरहम् हुतम्.
Good, very good. 17. Brahmana 17.
Yeah.
पिताहमस्य जगतो माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रमोंकारः ऋक्साम यजुरेव च.
Good, very good. Now 22. Yeah.
अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जनाः पर्युपासते येषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम्.
Very good. Earlier you chanted this second line, Tesham.
Yeah,
Second
okay.
line you chanted as Tesham Nityabhi. That's why I wanted you to.
Yeah, in my text
No.
it is Tesham, Nanaji, in my Bhagavad Gita. Okay,
Oh, it's,
I will
okay.
correct. I will
No
correct.
problem. 27.
Yat karoti yadashnasi yajjuhoshi dadasi yat yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam.
Okay, good. Very good. Brahmara 18th chapter.
Okay, Nan.
Any doubts on the way? You look for that PDF. I'll start chanting Brahmara.
No, I've got it, Nana. I'm sharing.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Nana, I will just mute everyone and then you please unmute.
Okay.
Yes, you can go ahead and unmute.
Okay. Yeah. Can you slightly enlarge the text? Slightly. Maybe you can have a full screen for this. Yeah, that's good enough. अथ अष्टादशोऽध्यायः मोक्षसंन्यासयोगः अर्जुन उवाच संन्यासस्य महाबाहो तत्त्वमिच्छामि वेदितुम् त्यागस्य च हृषीकेश पृथक् केशिनिषूदन श्रीभगवानुवाच काम्यानां कर्मणां न्यासं संन्यासं कवयो विदुः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं प्राहुत्यागं विचक्षणाः त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके कर्म प्राहुर् no, you've gone away. You have to go to 3. त्याज्यं दोषवदित्येके कर्म प्राहुर्मनीषिणः यज्ञदानतपः कर्म न त्याज्यमिति चापरे. What happened between 2? Okay. Okay. Now number 4. निश्चयं शृणु मे तत्र त्यागे भरतसत्तमा त्यागो हि पुरुष व्याघ्र त्रिविध संप्रकीर्तितः यज्ञदान तपः कर्म न त्याज्यं कार्यमेव तत् यज्ञो दानं तपश्चैव पावनानि मनीषिणाम् एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम्. Maybe you can reduce the magnification. The text is getting cut on the right side. Slightly reduce the magnification. The Pratipadartha, yeah. Maybe you can shift it to the left of the text. No, left. That's it. That's beautiful. Okay. एतान्यपि तु कर्माणि संगं त्यक्त्वा फलानि च कर्तव्यानीति मे पार्थ निश्चितं मतमुत्तमम् नियतस्यु संन्यासः कर्मणो नोपपद्यते मोहात् तस्य परित्यागः तामसः परिकीर्तितः दुःखमित्येव यत्कर्म कायक्लेशभयात् त्यजेत् सकृत्वा राजसं त्यागं नैव त्यागफलं लभेत् कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन संगं त्यक्त्वा फलं चैव सत्यागः सात्विको मतः न द्वेष्ट्याकुशलं कर्म कुशलेनानुषज्यते त्यागे सत्त्वसमाविष्टः मेधावी छिन्न संशयः न हि देहभृता शक्यं Chirtum karmanyasheshataha yastu karma phalatyagi satyagitya vidhiyate anishtamishtam mishramcha trividha karmana phalam bhavatyatyagi pretya natu sanyasinam kvachit. Now can you get back to verse number 6? Etanyapito karmani Sangam Chektva Phalani cha Kartavyani me Pada Nishchitam Matamuttamam. Etanyapito karma.
Nana, in the previous
Yes.
verse,
Uh-huh.
when he addresses Arjuna as Pritha and
Purusha
Partha, Purusha Vyagra. Was there any reason for him to use Purusha Vyagra over there?
Maybe. Can you show that verse? Can you go to that verse? That is the fourth verse, I think.
Fourth verse. Let me
What
just.
you're saying is the fourth verse. No. Oh. Correct. This is fourth verse, correct. Nishchayam Thrunime Tatra Jage Bharata Sattama Jago hi Purusha Vyagraha Trividha Samprakirtitaha Nishchayam Thrunime Tatra Jage Bharata Sattama. He is the noblest of the Bharata's family. Jago hi Purusha Vyagraha Jagaha. Jagaha is what? Kind of renunciation, giving up. Purusha Vyagra, or tiger among men. Tiger among men. Why he has mentioned is, in the first chapter, Arjuna has said, when he is without arms and when he is unarmed, fully armed Dhartarashtraha, even if they kill me, that is good enough for me, that is okay for me. So he was dauntless, absolutely fearless, like the tiger. A tiger and lion, these animals, wild animals, they do not know any fear at all. That is how he is Purusha Vyagra, the one who does not know any fear at all. And this was amply demonstrated by Arjuna himself during the Virata Parva. In the Uttara Gograhanam, he was the lone warrior on the side of the Viratas, and he has simply vanquished the entire very powerful Dhritarashtra army. Purusha Vyagra. This is only to encourage him to understand what Krishna is going to say very clearly. Jago hi Purusha Vyagra Trividha Samprakirtitaha. This Trividha will keep on continuing in this chapter till around the 40th verse. The Trividaha. Trividaha means Satvika, Rajasa, Tamasa. And that pertains to Tyaga, that pertains to Jnanam, that pertains to Karta, that pertains to Karma, that pertains even to Buddhi, and a couple of others. And all these Trividaha, very clearly Bhagavan is going to clarify all those. And that clarification has started right away. In the 8th verse, I think, where we were in the 6th verse, I think. Yeah.
There is one more question, Anna.
Yes.
Dr. Renu has asked, Gita Jnana is precious and way of life, and each shloka is so deep and profound. But
what is that? What is that?
I'll let me increase my volume. Gita Jnana is precious and way of life. And each shloka is so deep and profound. But war, whether it is Ukraine or Russia or Mahabharata, is not the way. So Arjuna told Krishna that killing my family members is not the way. Why Krishna did not give this knowledge to Kauravas to stop this war? That is one. And it is true that Atma never dies, but war is never a good idea. there must be something deeper behind Krishna encouraging Arjuna to go ahead and kill his family members, even if they were on the wrong, as Russia is. So I keep wondering why.
Yeah, your questions are manifold. Okay. I will try to remember the points of the questions and answer. If I miss any, you repeat your question, I'll get back to that. Why Krishna did not teach this to the Kauravas? They were quite undeserving. See, aputrasya, asishyasya, atirahasyam navaktavyam is the Shastra Vakya. Aputrasya, the one who is not equivalent to a son or one who is not a son. Asishyasya, one who is not a Shishya. Hey, Brahmara, your image is not clear. Up to nose only I can see. Yeah, that's better. Asishyasya, aputrasya, atirahasyam. Atirahasyam is what? The profound secret. And the profound secret is what? About yourself. Yourself, you do not know what you are. And that revelation is a profound secret. That atirahasyam navaktavyam. That is number one. Number two, both Pandavas and Kauravas, they were in the battlefield. And amongst all these, it was left only to Arjuna to have an oversee of the enemies that he needs to fight. And in the process, he was overtaken with compassion and all that. And this kind of a thing did not happen to any of the Kauravas, least of all to Duryodhana. So when that does not happen, for an undeserving person, you don't give the most profound truth because it does not get into the head. When it is going to be a wasteful exercise on the part of Bhagavan, why should he undertake that exercise at all? Now, the other points of your question I missed in the process of answering the first.
Wait, let me just read that. So why, so Arjuna told Krishna that killing my family members is not the way. That was done. That is fine.
What is that
Why did Krishna not give this knowledge to Kauravas to stop the war? That you have covered.
Yeah.
Their Atma never dies, but war is never a good idea. There must be something deeper behind Krishna encouraging Arjuna to go ahead and kill his family members, even if they were on the wrong, as Russia is. So I keep wondering why.
Because Arjuna is a Kshatriya, and Kshatriya Dharma is to protect Dharma. And you can protect Dharma if only you punish the adharmis. If you can punish the adharmis, Dharma is straightaway protected. Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Dharma will protect those who protect it. And on the Pandava side, there are a lot of people who protect Dharma, but they were being threatened by Duryodhana's forces, adharmis. So unless they are eliminated, there is no way the people who protect Dharma can be protected. So it's a twofold purpose for Arjuna to keep on fighting. And that purpose, Bhagavan Krishna is trying to awaken in the mind of Arjuna. Tasmadujjasva kaunteya yuddhaya krutanischyaha yadruchaya chopapannam swargadvaramapavrutam sukina kshatriya pardha labhante yuddhamidrisham. This kind of an opportunity for you to prove yourself that you are a Kshatriya protecting Dharma will not open to you all the time. It is open to you. So you better would make the best use of it. That is the prabodha of Krishna. Yeah. Another bit of a question. There were quite a few questions.
No, that's it. I think it's covered. Dr.
Okay.
Renu, are you?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Nana. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Hari Om. Yeah. Now go to the 6th verse, Brahmara.
Okay.
6th verse was where we were yesterday. Yeah, correct. Etanyapi tu karmani sangam tyaktva phalani cha kartavyani me padha nishchitam matamuttamam. Nishchitam me matamuttamam. That is my considered opinion. This is my vision. And this is Uttama vision. All these etanyapito karmana, all these karmas. What are those karmas? Yajnam, danam, tapaha. Those three karmas.
Nana, sorry to interrupt, but there is one more question here.
Okay.
Sorry about it. See, from childhood, we've been told that you do this, this is the result. This will give you punya, this will give you papa. So that is how our value system has been. Now, those concepts are there inside of the head. So when we're doing this yajna, dana, tapah, karma, when Krishna's Bhagwan says, tyaktva phalani, leave the, renounce the result. How do we actually do that? Because those concepts are quite deep within, isn't it? So, if you do this, this is what is going to happen. And he said, you continue doing yajna, dana, tapah, but renounce the results.
Correct.
So that I'm having a little difficulty in implementing that.
You know what happens when you renounce the result? That is, renounce the result means what? You are not concerned about the result. You have given it up to Ishvara. Because Ishvara is the karma phaladata. He is the karma adhyaksha. He is the one who has made all the laws regarding karmas. Okay? And he has ordained that people conform to that. If you recollect in the 3rd chapter, Sahayajnaha praja sruštva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam eshavostvishta kamadhuk. Along with the prajas, he has enunciated a lot of laws. And as per the laws, you conform to that. When you conform to that, the deities governing so many other activities, they will be so pleased. And when they are pleased, they will make an effort to please you. Evam parasparam bhavayantaha. In this way, you do things to propitiate the deities, and they will do things to make life comfortable to you. This is the law. So he is the karma adhyaksha and karma phaladataha. You have done a lot of yajna, dana, tapa, etc. previously, as per the 3rd chapter. Because Bhagavan said, niyatam kuru karmatvam. The niyata karma you have to keep on doing. Niyatam kuru karmatvam karmadhyayo hyakarmanaha. Doing karma is much better than keeping quiet. Keeping quiet also is a karma kind of. You have to force yourself to keep quiet. That is a karma in itself. Instead of that karma, niyatam karma kuru. That is much better. Because that will take you forward. While saying all this, he has kind of indicated that he is the karma phaladataha. He is the one who is the bestower of the results of your actions. And the results of your actions, like all of us learned through childhood, that if you do a good, noble act, you will attain to punyam. If you do some ignoble act, you will attain to papam. So avoid that which is papa karma. This is what we were told. Now Bhagavan is addressing not the child in us, he is addressing the youth in us, the viveki in us. And we need to know, time has come that we need to know who we indeed are. Who we are. The Shastra says, Tat Tvam Asi, you are indeed that. For you to attain to that knowledge, you need to have a an implement in you, your antakarana, which must be receptive to that kind of a knowledge. That receptivity of that antakarana will keep on improving as it is cleansed. And for cleansing that, this is Sangam Chatva Phalanicha is the mandate. Sangam Chatva Phalanicha, you have to do. What was mentioned in the 3rd chapter is to get you into the Karma Yoga Bhavana. And for Karma Yoga Bhavana, you should not be idle, because Arjuna said at the end of the 1st chapter, what did he say? Sanjaya said,
Visrujya sacharam chapam.
Vishrujya sacharam chapam shoka samvikna manasaha. And in the first 8-9 verses of the 2nd chapter also, Eva muktva hrushikesham gudakesha parantapa nayo chaiti govindam muktva tushnim babhuva. I am not going to fight. Iti nishchayena, Arjuna said. And the 3rd chapter began to make him understand that he has to act. And later on, in the same 3rd chapter, that action also, Sangam Chatva Phalanicha, was mentioned. In the 3rd chapter itself, that was mentioned. Because that is Pavanani Manishinam. It will give you Antakarana Shuddhi. Which Antakarana is required for Jnanam regarding who indeed you are to take place. That is the Udbodha of Bhagavan. It is not an easy task for Bhagavan. It is not an easy thing to inculcate the interest in a person like Arjuna, a person like you and I, to dwell deep into the subject matter of who indeed we are. Because we are all along in life, we have been used to thinking of the external things only, not about ourselves. Not about ourselves. Supposing we're unhappy, did we ever stop and start thinking what makes us feel unhappy? Unhappy. And to feel happy, we have a diversion. You switch on the TV, see your favorite movie or whatever, or go visit a friend who is likely to talk very nicely to you. So your unhappiness is as though diverted, but the seed of unhappiness in you is still persisting. You do not have any time to inquire into that. Bhagavan Krishna's burden is to make us look at the seed and make the seed dagdha bijavata, as though burn that seed, so this unhappiness goes away permanently. That is the idea. That is why chapter after chapter there's a sequence that is maintained. And it also depended on Arjuna's doubts, his queries. Based on that, all this. This 18th chapter, I will tell you, it is the summum bonum of the entire other 17 chapters. In addition to that, it has given you some Vaidika dharmas also, which were earlier not mentioned. That's how it is. It's not easy. It's not an easy task for even Bhagavan. He may be omniscient, but the omniscient person to get hold of the necessary vocabulary and the necessary data, which, see, you may have a lot of knowledge stored back in your memory. You must recall that in a sequence, and you must have the vocabulary to present what you want to say very nicely. It's not an easy task. That is why in the 2nd chapter, Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidenam, Ascharyavat vadati tadaiva chanyaha, Ascharyavatchena manya shrunoti, Shrutvapienam vedana chaiva kaschita. In spite of this, even people listening to all this, they will not know, because they simply listen and forget. After listening, they do not do any self-effort. When they do self-effort, then the samshayas will come up. And those samshayas, when they are nicely answered, like you are questioning, and to the extent I can answer, I am answering. So there is a samshaya nivritti. Then you go forward. And what you have learned, what you have heard, learned means what you have heard, it becomes very concretized in your mind. It will stay with you. And whenever you are beset with such a problem again, that answer is within you and you will know, you go forward. That's how it is. Okay. See, Vedanta Shastra, pravachanam is tough. And listening is perhaps even tougher. Because for listening and properly digesting the essence of what is being said, it requires a kind of an endeavor on the part of the listener to be attentive and to concentrate on what is being said. And at that time, whatever is the knowledge that the listener has already got, that should not become an obstacle for this listening. It is a very tricky process of listening. That listening must be absolutely perfect. Right?
Yeah.
They go forward.
Yes, yes, you can go forward.
Okay. Etanyapitu karmani sangam cha palam chetva sangam chetva phalani cha kattavyani ti. These ought to be done. These ought to be done. Nishchitam me mattamam manam. This is my ascertained opinion. Next verse. Niyatasya tu sannyasah karmano nopapajyate moha tasya parityagaha tamasa parikirtitaha. Niyatasya tu sannyasah. That is, niyatasya karmanaha tu sannyasah. Niyatasya karmanaha. That is niyata karma. That is shastra vihita karma. Whatever shastra has ordained that you shall do this. Like the nitya karma, naimitra karma. The sannyasa of that, the relinquishing of that, the renunciation of that kind of a karma, niyata karma, shastra vihita karma. Shastra vihita karma is what? Shastra vihita karma is kartavyani. It ought to be done. It shall not be given up. When that is the mandate of the shastra, you thinking that you will give it up for various peculiar reasons. Niyatasya tu sanyasaha karmanaha na upapajyate. It is improper. No upapajyate means na upapajyate. It is not proper. What is not proper? Niyatasya tu karmanaha sanyasaha. That niyata karma, sannyasa, the relinquishing, is not proper. Moha tasya parityagaha. Out of delusion. Delusion born of ignorance. Mohat, because of delusion, tasya parityagaha means that niyatasya karmanaha parityagaha. Niyatasya karmanaha parityagaha, that is nicely giving it up. Tamasaha parikirtitaha. It is acclaimed as tamasatyaga. From here onwards, Bhagavan is giving the threefold divisions: Sattvika, Rajasa, Tamasa, Tyaga, Dhruti, Buddhi, Jnanam, Karma, Karta, all these things. From here, perhaps he has started. And you know what? Bhagavan has got a knack of saying. Sometimes he will start a particular topic like Karma or Karta with Sattvika Karma. And when it comes to Karta, he may start with Tamasika Karta. He alternates like that. but he maintains a sequence. If he starts with Tamasika, then he goes to Rajasika, then finally Sattvika. If he starts with Sattvika, he goes to Rajasika, then Tamasika. All this very nicely presented. This goes on up to about the 30th verse. Right. Niyatasya sanyasaha karmanaha na upapajyate mohat tasya parityagaha tamasa parikirtitaha. Go through the pratipadartha too, whereas, but okay. Niyatasya karmanaha. Niyatasya karmanaha means the enjoined action. Kartavyaniti me padha, that enjoined action. That action, sanyasaha, that renunciation. This sannyasa is not the actual, the sannyasa ashrama that you take. This is simply that giving up, that renunciation. Na upapajyate. It is not proper. Mohat, out of delusion. Tasya parityagaha, renunciation of it. Tamasaha parikirtitaha. It is said to be tamasa tyagaha. But renunciation of enjoined action is not proper. Renunciation of it, the enjoined action, out of delusion is called tamasika. Tamasika, out of delusion. And delusion will come because of ignorance. You are not aware of that. There are times when you are aware of ignorance. There are times when you are not. You are happy that you are not also. Sometimes when the delusion overtakes you, sometimes you are as though happy. But the penalty you will pay much later that you do not know now. All these things also Bhagavan is going to cover very efficaciously. How initially you think it is going to be very happy. Okay, this kind of a tamasika, out of delusion, I do this, I don't do that, etc. It may give you some kind of fund of happiness, but that happiness is non-lasting, and finally you will pay the penalty. Bhagavan is going to say that. Can we go to the next verse?
Yeah, over here, out of when we analyze this out of delusion, not every, I'm giving two examples. One is a person who does not know what the Shastra Vihita karma is. So he's totally ignorant. Does he also come under this tamasika? And number two, there may be people who know it, but out of laziness or out of some, procrastination, whatever, there may be laziness, they don't actually do. That of course comes under tamasika. But what about the first category?
First one, even they do not know the Shastra, but when somebody else, like an evolved person says, hey, you must keep on doing it, don't give it up. If that also is bypassed, then that becomes tamasika tyaga. If he does not know, it is okay, it is pardonable. After having told also, which he has come to know, what is proper, what is improper, what ought to be done, what ought to be given up. If he has known that, in spite of it, he does not conform to that and does what he pleases, then what he pleases is out of delusion. That is also tamasika tyaga. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, there is a lesson which says, whenever you are split regarding dharma, whether this you need to do or you should not do, or avoid doing, or do it differently, then don't take a decision on your own. You approach a wise person and do strictly as directed by him. Or think of a person whom you venerate, whom you take as an example, and think of his background, what all he has done. And in this kind of a situation, how did he behave? What kind of a decision he has made? You go based on that. You tread that kind of a path. Don't you unnecessarily, very proudly take a decision on your own. When you are in conflict, that means what? You are indecisive. And in that indecisive mood, don't take a decision. Okay. Now 8th verse says, Dukkamityeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayachayet sakrutva rajasam tyagam naiva tyaga phalam labhet. Dukkamityeva yat karma. This niyata karma, some of those karmas, you need to get up in the morning, like all people in Bahrain. They are up and about, and by 5 o'clock in the morning, they are at the laptop. Is it not a difficult task for you to be at the laptop by 5 o'clock? 5 o'clock or even earlier? 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, yeah, 5 o'clock. It's not an easy thing. You need to have a mouthwash. Maybe you're addicted to coffee or tea. You need to have a cup of tea, coffee. And that is not simply available. It's not at the press of a button, you will get tea or coffee. You take some minutes for preparing that, etc. So you get up by 4:30 or so and be at the laptop by 5 o'clock. Okay, like a very precise clock. You people work. It's not an easy thing. That kind of a thing regarding Niyata Karma. Supposing Niyata Karma requires you to get up by Brahma Muhurta. Brahma Muhurta starts with 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's very tough, especially for people who are working and they work late into the evening, come back home and do the household chores. By the time they hit their shack, it may be 11 o'clock in the night. The amount of sleep one would require is about 7 hours. And 11 o'clock, if you sleep, how can you get up by 3 o'clock? Once in a while, okay. But you are talking of Niyata Karma. Niyata Karma is Nitya Karma, Nitya Naimitika Karma. And that kind of a thing is rather difficult. So here Bhagavan is saying, Dukkha Mityeva. It is very difficult. What is all this Niyata Karma and all that? I can understand. But this I can postpone. I can't do it. I will do something else. To substitute for that. To atone for the sin of not doing this, I will do something else. This kind of a desire-prompted decision taken by you, Dukkamityeva yat karma, this is going to be very difficult for me. Kaya klesha bhayat. Kaya is shariram. Klesha is dukkham. Some dukkham apnoti for the shariram, for the kayam. If I keep on getting up at 3 o'clock, my God, I will ruin my health. And Shastra says, this shariram khalu dharma sadhanam. I have to protect the shariram. Now you will have your own logic to substantiate the silly decision you are taking now. This is what? This is the play of the mind, deluded mind. The mind has a lot of inputs, both good and bad. And whenever there is a requirement to debate with what you need to do, need not do, the mind has a knack of putting forward like a lawyer one particular aspect of what it knows. And you as though win, and you give up that action. Dukkamityeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayachayet. Klesha, dukkham, for the kaya, for the body. Bhayat, out of fear for that. How to make the body suffer, that is a kind of a fear. Bhayat chayet. One who gives up this, sakrutva tyagam, that tyagam, sakrutva, that tyagam krutva, that is said to be rajasam tyagam. That is rajasam tyagam. Rajasam tyagam means what? Anything connected with rajasam is prompted by desire. Raga. Raga is Rajasa Udbhavam, Raga, Dvesha. Both are Raga, Dveshas are Rajasa Udbhavam. Bhagavan said in the 3rd chapter, Kama Yesha, Krodha Yesha, Rajoguna Samudbhavaha. That Rajoguna Samudbhavaha is Kama. Kama is Raga. So this Rajasam, Sakrutva Rajasam Tyagam means desire prompted Tyagam. Naiva Tyaga Phalam Labhet. You will not get the Tyaga Phala at all. Naiva Tyaga Phalam Labhet. I think we'll go to another verse. Sattvika Tyagam will come. The Tatparya will read. The 8th verse Tatparya. One may give up the karma as indeed painful out of fear of affliction to the physical body. Having done that Rajasika renunciation, he would certainly not gain the result of renunciation. He will not gain. Next. 9th. Why this left and right has come today?
I don't, I was playing around with the PDF and then I somehow got into this double page thing, and then I'm having to do right left. I'm not able to go out of it.
Okay.
I'll have to work out how to do it.
No
I think
problem.
Page view, maybe I'll do it later.
Yeah. Okay. We'll stop with this verse. Karyamityeva yat karma niyatam kriyate arjuna sangam tyaktva phalam cheva satyaga satviko mataha. See, Bhagavan started with tamasika tyaga. What is the tamasika tyaga? Niyatasya tu sanyasaha karmanaha nopapajyate. And concluded, if you give up that kind of a thing, it is called tamasika tyaga. Then in the 8th verse he said, rajasika tyaga. Dukkha mityeva yat karma kaya klesha bhayachajet. That is the rajasika tyaga. Now Bhagavan is giving the best kind of tyaga, which is sattvika tyaga. Karya mityeva yat karma. Karyam, I have to do, I shall do. It ought to be done because it is a Shastra Vihita Karma. Shastra Vihita Karma is Bhagavan Vihita Karma because Shastra is made by Bhagavan. He is the Karma Adhyaksha. And all kinds of Vedas have emanated from him only. And because of that, this is Shastra Vihita Karma that becomes Karyam Eva, Natu Tyadyam. That is a conclusion of a person endowed with Sattvika Guna. Sattvika Tyaga means endowed with Sattvika Guna and using that the Tyaga. Karyamityeva yat karma. Yat karma, whatever karma. Karyamityeva, this ought to be done. Niyatam kriyate arjuna. Niyatam, that niyata karma. Niyatam kriyate arjuna. This is another meaning. Niyatam kriyate arjuna. Day in and day out, he keeps on doing. Day in and day out. Supposing somebody tells you, hey, you keep on chanting the Gita. Keep on chanting the Gita means what? If you chant once, it's good enough, is it? For your life, till your life's ambition is fulfilled. What is your life's ambition? To rediscover who indeed you are. Till that ambition is fulfilled, moksho me bhuyatiti aham tivra ichuhu. You are having a lot of big desires, but you are doing nothing in that direction. How your ichuhu will fructify? So when somebody says, you keep on chanting the Gita, that means you make a beginning and do not give it up. Continue. Continue. Keep on doing that till cows go home, till you rediscover yourself. Niyatam kriyate arjuna, sangam tyaktva, giving up attachment. Sangam tyaktva, phalam chaiva, phalam also. These are being hammered by Bhagavan. Sangam tyaktva phalani cha, etanyapitu karmani, sangam tyaktva phalani cha, kartavyani ti me padha, Nishchitam matamuttamam. That was in the 6th verse, I think. Same thing here. Sangam chektva phalam chaiva satyaga satviko mataha. That tyaga is considered satvika tyaga. That is considered satvika tyaga. And while doing this, why you are giving up the phala? It is automatic for you. When you are convinced that this is karyamikyeva yat karma, this ought to be done when you are saying, that means it is a dictate by Bhagavan. It is ordained by Bhagavan that you shall do it. When you are conforming to Bhagavan's order, then where is a question of your craving for the result? I am conforming to what Bhagavan said. I am Bhagavad Bhaktaha. I shall do because it is the mandate of Bhagavan. That's all. All other things do not matter at all. Sangam does not matter. Phalam does not matter. It is so automatic. When such is the case, then only your mind will be cleansed. It is even without your volition, you are giving up the phala. There is no volition on your part to give up the phala. There is neither a volition on your part to give up the sangam. You are convinced this is the mandate of Bhagavan. I shall conform to what he has said. That's all. With that, the sangam vanishes, phalam vanishes, and the mind becomes purer, automatically. Because every karma has a phalam. As part of that, it is the law of Bhagavan. Every karma has a phalam. Whether you own or disown, the phalam will be there. That phalam, when you own, it will take you to Swarga. When you disown, it will help you improve your mind. That's it. Sangam chektva phalani cha kartavyani me padha nishchitam matamuttamam. He said that in the 5th or 6th verse. Etanyapitu karmani sangam chektva phalani cha kartavyani me padha nishchitam matamuttamam. Yeah, good.
Tomorrow, can we just talk more about the Sangam aspect of giving up?
Sangam aspect of?
As in, for instance, you're following the Niyata Karma. Does it mean giving up Sangha? Does it mean, for instance, for some reason, one particular day, you're not able to do it at the same time? And then will it amount to removal of Sangha,
No.
attachment if you are not upset in your mind?
No. It is only the attitude. If it is a willful omission on your part, it will be sinful. If it is an unavoidable, and a force of circumstances, then you will know that. You know it. You did not desire to do that. Desire to avoid it. That is okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Brahmara.
Yes, Nana.
You pay your respects to Mama.
Ivala? Sorry, Nana. I will do that.
10 years back today.
Okay.
She called it a day.
Fine.